Hey everyone, Grayson the Bard here, and welcome back to day 54 of the Hunt a Day. Today we are continuing through Frontier, showcasing off some of the monsters that I think are the coolest and that I like the most. And today we are fighting Abiorugu, who is... It's really funny how in Frontier, a lot of the monsters almost feel like beta tests for monsters that would eventually get into the mainline series. Like, I mentioned yesterday during the Tycoon Zamuza video how the mechanic of, like, breaking off its outer shell to reveal the actual monster underneath is very reminiscent of Shara Ishvalda, the final boss from Iceborne. And then Abiorugu is very much proto-Glavenus, and I really like him. I don't know if I can say I like him as much as regular Glavenus, but I do think he is really neat, and I think he does things a bit differently, and especially if they were able to bring him back, I think they could shake him up a little bit to make him stand out. But as he is right now, in Frontier, he very much uses the, like, Deviljho, Brute Wyvern form, but has the, like, very T-Rexy look to him, has the sword tail that he uses a lot in combat, a lot more than I was expecting from that early skeleton. And he also breathes fire that gets more potent as he gets enraged, so really he is very much the blueprint for Glavenus, so I don't think he could ever come back as he is. In terms of design, I like how simple his color palette is. The very muted natural green, with the kind of like dull red spikes and his tail that as he gets angry begin to like glow more red. That's very cartoony and very anime and very MMO, but I think it looks good, and it does not seem too out of place in a Monster Hunter game. We've got monkeys shooting lightning lasers and a dragon that is effectively a rocket. Like, there's no rules, just right. I also really like the spikes on its back, and I know the one I'm fighting right now is just the high rank version, because that's pretty much as far as I've gotten without everything being able to one-shot me so far. So it doesn't have all of its moves, but I know in G rank, it uses those back plates, the kind of like Stegosaurus plates on its back, to kind of do like an Uragan roll at you, and I love that. I think that's awesome. Any monster that rolls up into a ball and charges at you is very fun for me. And I like seeing that on one of the, T-Rex dinosaur-y skeletons. But yeah, there's nothing too crazy flashy about this fight. He has a couple moves. He has a big fire nova and a massive tail slam that he does, which will give you a big opening to hit him as long as you don't get like stunned by it or hit by it. But aside from that, he is a very simple, straightforward fire monster, and I like it. I think he could easily fit into a new Monster Hunter game. And I know there's actually a community mod for Monster Hunter World. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's just, Monster Hunter World Resurgence, where they added Abiorugu into the game and updated its moveset and, like, made the fight fit a little bit more. And what I have seen of that, they do an amazing job of translating the fight from Frontier into a more modern game. But I don't play World on PC, so I have never experienced that fight itself. But that really does show how well Abiorugu could fit in to the series going forward. In terms of it returning for Wilds, I don't think so, and this is one of the ones where I don't really have a good reason why I don't think it's going to return. I just, for whatever reason, I've got this vibe of like, yeah, Abiorugu, I don't see it coming back. I think, if anything, it just has to do with the fact that there are so many more interesting Frontier monsters that could come back, and Abiorugu is really cool and interesting, it will say that, but it also very much steps on Glavenus's toes, and people love Glavenus. And so I think if Abiorugu were to come back, it would definitely need a massive rework, and I think with everything they are putting into Wilds, and how they seem to be putting a lot of emphasis on the new monsters, the closer we get to the game, and the more I think about it, the more I think they're going to pull a Monster Hunter try and have the game be a smaller roster of mostly new creatures with only a few returning ones, and I don't think Abiorugu is going to be a good fit for that. And there is actually a subspecies of Abiorugu that I think would fit really well and not be stepping on Glavenus's toes too much. And if I am able to fight that, if I don't get absolutely whomped by HR 5 and 6 on Frontier, I will show him off because I think he is cool and I think he's a better fit. So chances of returning in Wilds, I think it's not impossible. So I'm going to say a 3 or 4 maybe, definitely under the halfway point. And then for returning in a later game, I think that's a little higher. I'll say 6 or 7. As of last night, I made it to HR 5 in Monster Hunter Frontier, which is, from what I understand, the hardest part of the game. And hoo boy, am I feeling it. Pretty much any hit a monster does to me is taking 3/4 of my health. And so for now, I am going to be kind of gearing myself down as I try and build myself up to be able to do those quests, and showing off monsters from earlier ranks. So yeah, I'll get there eventually. But thank you all so much for watching. This is where I'm going to stop the ramble today. Please stick around to the end of the fight if you can. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Don't if you don't. And until next time, I'll see you next time.